Great news. I finally got a copy of the third edition of Doomlings in hand here. Now, when I first reviewed the game, I was reviewing the second edition, also known as the retail edition, since this game originally launched on Kickstarter. Now, right away, I can see there's quite a difference in these game boxes, and since we just got it, why don't we open it up and take a first look? Right away, I like the more colorful and brighter artwork of the third edition versus the second edition. And just to keep it fresh in memory, this is the retail second edition here. It has that sort of foil finish. It's really hard to get it to read on camera. There we go. If I get the right angle, you can see it has a nice foil finish, whereas this is just a nice glossy, colorful finish here. You can also notice that the boxes for the third and second edition are quite different. The third edition is much thinner. It has a smaller footprint overall. It's, I mean, what I'd say about a ½ inch, about a centimeter shorter end to end. And I would say it's probably, 2, maybe 3 centimeters shorter there than the second edition. So just a quick refresher, when we opened the second edition, which has a lovely box with nice tight tolerances, I even like touches like the art on the side there. You had your guide right away on top. We had a little advertisement and space saver for future Doomlings. They're actually little cardboard dividers between the age decks and the traits, and it can be a little tough to get these ads out of here. But again, we had another space saver that came along with it. Also, what I'm leaving out because I sleeved it was this one had nihilistic optimism, the holofoil card sitting right on top when I opened it, which I think came with every one of these second editions here. But this box was clearly designed to hold expansions in with the main set. So it looks like they trimmed that down for the third edition and didn't have that in mind. So let's crack it open and see what's waiting for us inside. I can already see from the art on the back, by the way, they're really expanding out with what they're doing with the Doomlings, which I like. And I thought it was really interesting. I like now that prominently on the front it says how many players and the age it's intended for. I did love the best game blurb from Teen Vogue. I know I'm definitely checking Teen Vogue out whenever I'm looking for a new game. No, it's a good best card game is a good award. They should be proud of that. All right. Oh, the tolerances again are pretty tight on this box, which is nice. It feels nice and high quality there. There we are. And I want to point out the sides are printed. That's always a touch that I really like. And again, more examples of how they're expanding out with the art. We have the Doomlings rulebook right up top. And again, the tolerances are so tiny, you got to get a fingernail in there. There we go. This folds out. This is saddle stitched and it's a huge improvement. This is a huge improvement over the last set of rules. I did not like how they did the last set of rules because even though it was really lovely paper stock, it folded out like a Rand McNally road atlas. And this, I like saddle stitched rule books. There's also a lot more visual representation of how the game is played and how to lay everything out. Oh, little QR code for the online score tool. Now, I like what they've done with the rule book already. This will clearly stand the test of time. Oh, I have a little holofoil here that's sitting perpendicular to these other cards. Oh, okay, so I did see this. I was looking at some sneak peek stuff. Now there are little jewels in the corner of the card that tell you the rarity of what you found. I always get this wrong when I'm reading these out, so this is a nice one for me. Common, unusual, scarce, endangered, legendary, proto, or relic. That's really nice because I pulled a relic card. I pulled an omnipotent or omnipotent, depending on if you're Eric Cartman or not. And I had no idea the rarity. It wasn't until people started commenting. So I had pulled something with a 1% chance of being pulled and had no idea. So I had to make a quick edit there because when I flipped this card over, I exposed there is a code for a free gold pack that I thought was really, that's very nice. It's very nice of them to include that. I almost got to be too generous with sharing that code by accident there, but there we go. That's really nice of Doomlings to give you a gold pack coupon. I'll be gentle with this foil. This is tiny. I like the art here. It has that sort of how do I put this? The opacity on the level of the character around him when it shows like he grows is kind of neat with the holofoil background. And again, we have our, so we have our little jewel in the corner, and that corresponds to a legendary. So there is a 7% chance of pulling a legendary. So this one is a legendary holofoil. That's pretty neat. They do still have that nice feel to the cardstock. However, these are wrapped. I was just kind of noticing they were awfully shiny. Oh, there. Okay. Nice little trackers for your gene pool. I like the brighter, clearer to read numbers. I'm also noticing right away I see a dominant trait here. And I want to point out the first time I was playing, the dominant traits are nicely marked, but not nearly as clearly marked in the second edition as they are in the third edition. They made a big deal about making sure that these were marked more clearly, and I can already see that opening this up. Also, poisonous. Nice art there. Let me see where the tear here tab is. There we go. They do have a little strip there. I somehow remember hearing that those were nicknamed kid strips because they had a younger inventor, but everything's divided by color here. Let's take a quick, denial. Okay, I'm gonna admit, I actually think that the art looks like it has just a couple that I've seen. Feels like they're throwing in a bit more dimension. Okay, so there we go. There's a tiny non-holofoil next to the tiny holofoil. This is all very clear, very easy to read. Interesting, we've got all kinds of denotation stamps for the actions and everything. Okay. We have denial and faith right next to each other. Nice touch there. Okay, so we have optimistic nihilism. This is interesting because I had read a change list when I was preparing to look at this, and I had heard that optimistic nihilism had been pulled out, but it looks like this is a fine example of some of the changes. So in the second edition, it's bring about the next catastrophe, skip all turns, ignore all age effects along the way, do not stabilize. Now in the third edition, it's got a value of 6 here, and to play, all players must have at least 3 traits in their trait pile. All players discard 1 trait from their trait pile, including you. So we've completely changed what optimistic nihilism does. And it's, you can see again, dominant, they had a gold border on dominant traits and had a little star in the third edition, you can see on the holofoil. But now I like that they highlighted dominant on top. That was what I was meaning by really making it obvious. With that gold over it, that you know it's a dominant trait, and I mean, it's when you're a new player and you're not looking for the gold border, you just think it might be a fancy trait and not think anything of it, or a fancier card. I like the differentiation being a little bit clearer. I like that they're calling a bit more attention to it. I mean, you get it after like one playthrough. Oh yeah, okay, those are the dominants. But still, it can be really easy to overlook that. So I do like how they're trying to make it, I believe in the KISS principle, keep it stupid simple. So if you're going to make a stupid mistake, which I did a lot playing Doomlings when I was first playing, I was new to tableau builders. Wow, okay, I really like the new art for altruistic. That was one that was in the other game. Boredom looks good. Yeah, they have, the art is really quite nice. Trying to throw these back. There we go. Ooh, geez, the third eye. Heroic, looking good, looking heroic. I noticed that they got the dominant traits right on the top of the stack, so that's nice that we get to see those. Pack Behavior is a cute card. I like that. Appealing. Oh, there's a lot of art. I'm sure it's going to be really fun to go through here. And these are all trait cards. Let's see if we can see some different cards here. Just got to get a fingernail under that. I like the poisonous art. Poisonous looks really nice. Selfish is funny. Sneaky with the lampshade. Hyper intelligence. Oh, big ears. Fused. Oh, that's... Why is this so simple yet so disturbing at the same time? Okay, here we go. We got the age card. Oh, the little dirigible Age of Exploration. That's nice. Age of Nietzsche. Now, this one, the effect has changed. You may discard your hand and draw 3 cards. If I remember right, the other one says, has some language about stabilizing your hand that this is missing. Age of Peace. Okay. So the age cards have new... Oh! I like the art on Age of Wonder. I don't know how to define how I feel, but this just... I like this. The white backgrounds. Alien Terraform. Arid Lands. Awakening. Birth of a Hero. Comet Showers. Yeah, I mean, they're... Oh, wow. Age of Enlightenment again with that lovely cherry blossom there. Look at that. That's really... Okay. So there's quite a bit of art changed up here that I like. This is what I was looking for here. I was very interested. Yeah. Put some of these back here. I mean, I'm going to be shuffling a bunch of stuff anyway, but... Oh, and there we go. These puppies, your gene pool cards. Oh, they are so much easier to read. This is something that I appreciate the bold design on. This is something I appreciate the bold design on. Yeah, they didn't change everything up too much. Just it looks, and I got to look more into the effects. I'd seen a list of effects that had changed, but I'm not 100% sure if that list is... There was somebody on Reddit, I'll link it down below. They did a comparison online with the digital index, and it seemed really good. There are a number of cards that were missing, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to just go through and compare these one-to-one or not, but I mean, when we're looking at the art here, now material-wise, I don't see any difference, which is really good. Consistency between editions, especially for collectors. I mean, I know that we have a lot of people who are collecting these rare Doomlings. Look at the difference, though. Like, a lot of these older trait cards, they really were married to the roundness of the Doomlings, whereas we're looking at these newer ones. Look at how much more character we're seeing on display. Oh, wow. Delicious is hilarious. That's hilarious. I love that. The look on his face. Yeah, look at how much more... These were still funny, but they were definitely more bland, and it's much more I mean, here we've got a dominant trait. Look at the difference between the dominants. You can let me see here. You can always tell the dominant with the gold border, but if you're not aware and you're just glancing and you're a new player, it can be pretty easy for you to overlook the dominant tag on top. So I do like that they made sure to really put that little arch on top and let you know. So also I want to point out there are no identifiers stamped on this whatsoever, whereas this, we can see which card of the series. This is number 45 of 153. This is, they actually have the illustrator's name here, illustrated, looks like, what is it, Justice? I had to look real close, that was small. Copyright 2026, and it says 3rd edition on there. So we're doing a much more thorough job of stamping these, whereas before, not so much. However, I was seeing more of those stamps on later holofoils when I was doing pull videos, when I was opening some up. So, but yeah, that's the 2nd edition. Material-wise, the 2nd edition and the 3rd edition feel like they're printed on very good, nice quality cardstock that has a nice texture and feel. So I do think that the quality has held up really nicely, and I always thought, I did not get a 1st edition. 2nd edition is when Doomlings sent me a demo to do these videos. And 2nd edition, I was already impressed with the material quality. When we go into the 3rd edition, I am impressed with the material quality. The smaller footprint box does not bother me because each one of the expansions is standalone, and they come in smaller packs, like a 50 card pack. And they're marked so that you can tell the difference between your expansion Doomlings and the ones that were included in the base pack. So I actually don't see a huge reason to have extra space for the expansions when the expansions come in a nice, convenient card pack. I actually had a couple of the smaller expansions next to me on the table, but they're just out of reach over there. So that was poor planning on my part. But we'll take a closer look at that when we get this on the table. But this was our nice POV unboxing, so you can see what you expect when you're opening up the Doomlings 3rd edition. But I like this. I like the reduced footprint. This is close. This is comparable to like Cards Against Humanity in size here, apples to apples, that kind of stuff. This is much smaller. This is the 3rd edition is much closer to, say, like an Exploding Kittens box. If we're measuring in units of known board game or card game boxes. So that's, I like, honestly, the funny thing is your eyes pick up more reflecting light off this box than seemingly the camera. So like it can be really tough to show off the nice holofoil finish of the 2nd edition here. But I like the bold color of the 3rd edition. It picks up on camera and it's really easy to see. All the information being front and center. Very simple. Gives you a nice idea. I mean, when we flip this over, there's a description of the game on the 2nd edition. And here you can see the intended game. But I'll tell you what, if you're or intended audience and game time, if you're in a retail environment, having this information front and center is huge. Of course, I'm not going to begrudge them their laurels. Their target market is such that Teen Vogue would be more relevant than me. But I just find it amusing. But this here, again, we have information about the game, but now we actually have visual representations of what's included. A little bit of the art, how the cards are laid out. A basic, after 3 catastrophes, the player with the most points wins. Build your Doomlings through the ages and watch them survive the catastrophes, or watch out for the catastrophes. Maybe they'll die. Unalive. I'm sorry, they might edit that stuff online. I don't know. I don't care. This is just a much... The box is much brighter, more inviting, smaller footprint, much more information forward. It is serving up everything that you need to make a nice decision when you're buying a game. Yeah, 3rd edition so far, just in the unboxing and assessing the packaging, the quality of the materials, this passes muster for me. So now we get to play it and see how the light buffs and nerfs affect the game. I'm already interested in the fact that they reappropriated Optimistic Nihilism. I thought it was a funny card, even if I can't always pronounce it reliably. So I'm glad that it's not gone from the game, because as I understood it, it was gone from the game, but instead they've just reappropriated it. So I'm curious to see what other familiar card names are reappropriated with fresh art and fresh effects. But there we go. There's our awesome unboxing, and we're going to have to play test it, and then we'll get to our review. After seeing what's changed in this third edition, now I'm pretty excited to get it on the table and try it out. If you liked what you saw and you want to pick up your own copy, make sure to use my link, doomlings.com/oldcrappycouch, to save 10% off your purchase. And now through July 28th, 2026, any order, you will also receive this free holofoil Lifesaver card, which I love. It's a nice nod to Pam Anderson in Baywatch. I thought it was hilarious. So don't miss out on that limited holofoil card. All right, I can't wait to get this on the table, try it out, and get a review ready. Thanks so much to my couch potatoes for making awesome videos like this possible, and thank you for joining me today. Please hit that like and subscribe button so we can look at more awesome games again soon. We'll see you next time.